the Milwaukee results are in. Chosen best in fishing is Milwaukee Offshore Fishing Charters. Relax on Lake Michigan's wide open water and enjoy a true fishing adventure. At Milwaukee Offshore Fishing Charters, we have fun and catch huge king salmon and trout. We use high-tech lures and equipment to ensure the most fish every trip. We have 3 custom fishing boats that can handle large groups. Children welcome. Call now, 414-553-9800, 414-553-9800, or visit us at MilwaukeeOffshoreFishing.com. Book now.
Welcome to the 2024 Derby City Classic here in Elizabeth, Indiana at Caesars, Southern Indiana. I am Brian Hallelujah Hollenbeck, and boy, have we got one for you today. Oleg Tkach, father of Christina Tkach, is taking on Brian Kurtzel. So we are going to have a long day today, so we are going to get them rolling so they can possibly maybe get done a little early. So I'm going to give them the thumbs up and get them going. All right, just gave them the thumbs up, and we're going to get this match underway. Lagging for the break. Oleg is upper part of your screen. Brian is the lower part. Brian just a little too aggressive. All right, Oleg wins the lag, and he will start this match out for us. Welcome, everyone. I want to thank you again for tuning in here to Outer Point Streaming. Excuse me, or Inside Pool Magazine, whichever one you're watching it on. Speaking of Inside Pool Magazine, just want to give a big shout-out to Autumn Gruchella and Tracy Lirma for giving Outer Point Streaming the opportunity to come here and record some of these events to be put out for distribution on YouTube at the 2024 Derby City Classic. It has been an absolutely amazing time here. Boy, do we have the content that is coming to you guys from here. Wow. Just absolutely amazing, some of the matches that we got. So thank them, and also thank you to Eddie the Shine Altman, who actually introduced us to those fine folks last year down at the Monica Webb's Battle of Junior Champions down in Villarica at Sticks Billiards. Oh, Oleg lost the cue ball. Scratching the side, that's going to give Brian first opportunity to take the first rack down with ball in hand. I don't really see much that's tied up. I think the key shot here, the 7 and 8 ball could cause an issue, but this is a key shot right here to get down for this 3 ball. 2 ball went in the side pocket, and he just wants to he just wants to make sure he clears that 6, but I think he still ended up okay. Should still be able to cut this ball in, but I think he might be running into the 4 ball at this point. We'll see. Oh, he ran into the 4 and 5, kicked them both out. So he has a shot on the 4, but now he tied the 5 up. And being against the rail like this, he's going to go right down towards that 5-9. Yeah, oh, he just missed it. If he would have come up a little further, he would have been in pretty good shape. I think he's still okay here. He could just play a safe. Just roll the 5 ball forward and tie him up right on the 9 ball. Or he could do a 2-way shot. He could, that's too risky. Trying to, yep, just like that. Nicely done. Oleg does not have a look at it. He's going to have to kick off the side rail to get a good hit, or the short rail down there. Yeah, I can't really see from the angle here on the screen, but it looks like he doesn't even have a way to go off the long rail, so he is going to kick this off the short rail. Got a good hit. Wow, used the outer point to get a save. Very nicely done. So Brian could actually do a 2-way shot here. He could actually try to bank this 5 ball pocket speed. He will come back out for a shot on the 6 ball, back or cut or bank it back here by the 7-8, just like that. And that's unfortunately left a shot. So that's not it. It was pocket speed and not coming off that short rail. He might have been closer to hooking Oleg behind the 6 ball, but unfortunately it leaked out. So Oleg is going to have an opportunity here. Actually, a great opportunity, because now he's going to be able to get that 8 ball out of the way. Hit that center ball. It's going to run right into the 8 and clear the 8 out of the way for the 7. If he doesn't, oh, that was close. But I think he's okay. Just roll forward. He's drawn out. He's jacking up on this a little bit. Don't think he needs to. Oh, hit it good. Hit it very nice. Now he's natural shape to come around for the 8 in the same pocket. And then he just wants to leave a little bit of angle for the 8 to get back down for the 7. He just doesn't want to be too straight. And there it is. And well, looks like he got pretty straight, but he could just draw it straight back. He looks like he does have an angle. He's going with top right. So that means he must have, yep, he had a little bit of an angle there and came down nicely. Oh, he hit that too good. Still going to cut it in the upper left corner pocket as you see it on your screen. And drills it. That's going to give Oleg a 1-0 lead over Brian. As you can see, our scoreboard here on either side of the outer point streaming logo is the race. It's a race to 9. The little gray boxes we're actually using for banks and one pocket to give a ball count, so we're not using those right now. And then on the outside, obviously, is the game that they are currently on. So it's 1-0, Oleg. All right, very quickly, I want to also give a shout-out here to our sponsors, Jay Pieshauer, got Joe Pieshauer, Riley Pieshauer, and Steve Douglas. All of those guys have been very instrumental in helping us get here. They donated a cue that's currently being raffled off for our expenses coming down here, so we certainly appreciate that. We've also been very generous of donating cues to different causes that we've had over the last 3 years. So we certainly appreciate all their support. If you are looking for a good cue at a very valuable price, take a look at Pieshauer. They have got some absolutely gorgeous cues and reasonably priced. Okay, great break by Oleg. So he doesn't have a clean shot on the 2-ball, as you can see here. 1 ball went down. He could attempt the bank. He could almost use this as a 2-way. Bank the 2-ball, try to hide, but that 5-ball is very, very small. I think he'd rather bank the 2-ball up here to the head string rail and get that cue ball down table as far as he can. Just like that. He would have liked to use the 9 and 5 and get behind it, but unfortunately he left a shot for Brian. Unfortunately for Oleg. Not for me. I have no stake in this game. Just the commentator for it. It looks like he might have gotten away. No, it just leaked out. That was a very nice shot by Brian. He knew he had to get around table for that 3-ball. Oleg's moving he might just be moving the magic rack just to move it, but I think he can see the ball. Or maybe not. Looks like he's looking at the long rail. No, he can see it. I think what he's concerned with is where the ball is in the pocket. He has to hit that so soft to be able to hold that for the 3-ball. So I think he might be thinking about coming around. Yep, coming around the table. And just came a little bit too far. That was the right way to do that. Came down, just hit a little too firm. And he attempted to cut that ball and ended up getting safe on it. Brian can see the ball, but it can't be made. So I'm assuming he's just going to have to play a safe here somewhere. Well, he gave it a ride, which I don't mind. Because what else do you have? I mean, hopefully you just give it a ride and maybe get lucky. That does give Oleg an opportunity here. He's in pretty good shape to actually draw this ball straight back and get down table for that 4-ball. Okay, he opted to just stop right there, which is not a bad option at all, because he still has a good angle here to get up for the 5-ball. You just got to give this a little bit of right spin. A little bit of right to keep it on the other side of the 9-ball and come back up table, maybe middle of the table. Yeah, I think he said so. He needed to give that a little bit of right spin to miss that 9-ball. Thought for sure he was going to give that a little spin. I think he was worried about possibly throwing that ball with a little bit of spin. Now he stuck himself behind the 9-ball. He's going to kick off the short rail, maybe come 2 rails and try to. He's going to have to make sure he hits it hard enough, though, to get a rail, unless he comes to the. Yep. Got a good hit. Got a good hit, but unfortunately left a shot for Brian. So Brian just has to take a look here. He's going to be going towards the 9-ball, so he's either going to hit this hard enough to go down table, center ball down table and back up, or run right into the, yep, just like that, and come back up. Hit it good. Has a shot. He would have liked to not hit that so far, but he played that nicely. So now now it's just float this ball in, come around table, 7 in the side. Yeah, he's not going to be happy with that. He knows that was a perfect opportunity to get a game on the board here. We want to point out that Brian does spell his name correctly with an I, not a Y. Oh. All right. Well, is that going to get on the end rail? Oh, I think it just got on the end rail. Makes this shot a lot tougher. But Brian is just happy to be back up at the table, I think. You kind of idea of what he's looking at here. And he opted for the safe, which I like. That's a tough shot. He ended up good with that. Gonna make Oleg kick at this ball. I'll kick off the long rail here. Got a guy over here on the left side taking pictures of Oleg. Got a very nice hit. And again, left it a little tough for Brian. This one's just a little bit easier, though, because it's actually off the rail. So this is cuttable. He just has to be careful where this cue ball. It would be natural shape. Oh, that's what I was going to say. It'd be natural shape to come back up table and have a shot at that 7 ball, but he hit that a little too thick, and that's why it stayed in the pocket. And if he wouldn't have if he would have overcut that like he should have, well, I shouldn't say should have, but if he would have overcut it, he still would have made the ball and come up actually towards that first diamond and had an even better shot at the 7 ball. That's going to give Oleg an opportunity here to take the second game down. Can't tell the angle he has, but I think he's going to have to come off the okay, so he's going to draw back out of this. He could also come off the long rail and come up table, but hit that very nicely. Wants to come out just a little bit. He'll just draw straight back a little bit. Just don't get too fancy with this. No need to. Hit this ball and draw straight back a little bit. Right there, just like that. 9 ball in the corner for game number 2. There it is. All right, Oleg goes up 2-0 over Brian. All right, very quickly, just want to put this up there again. So another one of our sponsors is Milwaukee Offshore Fishing Charters. Mark Scaffidi, who plays down at Sussex Bowl, where I run leagues and tournaments down there. He owns 3 charter boats that will take you out on Lake Michigan and fish for some of the best fighting fish that we have in Lake Michigan, lake trout and salmon. They're a ton of fun to bring in on a ride and reel. So if you're looking for a guy's night out, girls' night out, family night out, look him up, MilwaukeeOffshoreFishing.com, or go back in this video and take a look, grab his number, book a charter with Mark. If you're in the Milwaukee area, live in the state of Wisconsin, or happen to be visiting to Milwaukee, look him up, book a charter. Also, if you call him and book a charter, make sure you heard it on Outer Point Streaming, because if you do, you will receive a special gift from Mark. All right, rack number 3 is underway. All right, I got 2 balls. Got 2 balls to fall. Fortunately, does not have a great look at the 1 ball. Can see it. Is makeable. And the way he got down on it, I think he's looking at actually making this ball. It's makeable. Just have to be careful where this cue ball is going to Nicely done, and came around perfect for that 2-ball. Beautiful shot. Very nicely done. Give you this look right here. The 2. So he's just going to stop this right here because the 4-ball is lower left there. Oh. So he tried to punch that off the rail to get off the rail a little bit. So the angle must have been going, towards the rail. So he didn't want to be on the rail for that 4-ball shot. So he tried to punch that a little bit to make sure he got off the rail, and unfortunately rattled it. Probably to come down for this 4-ball, and a couple things. I wouldn't stop it right there because of. So it looks like he's going to go forward, which is a shot. I think it's definitely the shot. Just don't run. That's the last thing you want to do is run in that 8-ball. He can still see it. I think he can still make it in the corner. I don't know if he can make it in the side or not. He's checked up on it, so he must be able to see it in the side. Yep. Wow, nicely done. Nicely done. So this is just natural shape. All you want to do is just make this ball. Make this ball come down table a little bit. Oh, he hit that so hard. Well, he left Oleg with a bank. Oleg decides to take this on. It's a pretty straight on bank. That's not. We got his face in the logo there. That's on our curtains. All right. Well, Z Bank. That's the way to play it. And that is 9-ball. So Oleg is going to take the magic rack off. Preparation for making this 9-ball. He's just going to give this a little bit of lower right. Come back for the 9-ball in the same pocket. So he is going lefty here. So actually probably not going to go lower right because the way he's jacked up. Just come straight back up table. Oh, and he went lefty. And tell you what, that's exactly what I would do trying to play lefty. That's tough. It's tough to turn yourself around at that point. I just get the bridge. Just get the bridge and make sure you make the ball. He didn't leave Brian easy here. He's going with the bank, and I like the way he did that. Oh, it just leaked out a little bit. He was almost playing a two-way shot, and I like his thought process. He played at pocket speed and got behind the 9, but unfortunately, it's just he hit it just a little too hard because that 8-ball actually floated back out. So Oleg's got to come with a shot here. He's got to come around 3 rails to get good on this. Yep. Yeah, and that's the problem with that shot is you're trying to get around 3 rails, so you put a little extra into that, and you don't hit the ball where you need to, and fortunately it scratched on him. So Brian's got ball in hand here with 2 balls left. Take the 8-ball on the side, float down for the 9, and get that first game under his belt. Just like that. And we'll watch him put down this 9-ball. There it is. All right, Brian's got game number 1 on his side. 2-1. All right, we have one more sponsor we want to give a shout out to. Maynard Abert. He is a insurance agent representative of Colonial Life. If you're in the market for any insurance, or if you don't think your insurance is cheap enough or is not doing what you need it to do, give Maynard a call. He's a hands-on guy. He will just send you quotes. He'll give you a quote for free just to compare to your existing insurance. See how you're doing with your pricing on insurance. Pretty sure he does commercial and personal insurance. So make sure you jot down his number, reach out to him, and I'm pretty sure he'll talk to anyone nationwide, not just Wisconsin, but he is out of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. So jot down his number, give him a call. Please support our sponsors for the stream. We certainly appreciate it. All right, Brian with the break. Makes the 4-ball. One ball comes down wow, he hit that break really well. That was a really good break. Brought that cue ball back up table with the 1 ball. And he has got a shot on the 1. Give you overhead view here. Got a shot on the 1. He wants to float forward just a little bit to make sure he's got a shot on that 2 ball. I think he's going to make both these balls, actually. If he hits this correctly, he should make both of these balls and have a shot on the 3. Oh, he looks like he's drawn out of it. Oh, yep, there it is. Made both of them. Nicely done. So, yeah, I wouldn't have wanted to draw back too much on that. I think he's fine. He still has the angle to get down table, but he would have probably had a easier. Oh, perfect. Actually, it was just fine. I thought he needed a little bit more angle on that, but unfortunately, again, I can't see the actual table and the angle because I'm looking at the screen. But it was just fine. Now this one, he does have the perfect angle on the 5-ball to actually draw straight back out. And he doesn't want, well, he either going to go with, okay, he's going to come off the long rail to make sure he comes, nope. Oh yeah, he is, yep. He's going to float forward, put a little bit on, don't put too much on this. Okay, he decided to go 2 rails. I like that shot. I like it. Worked out perfect. He's got the perfect angle. Make this 7 down, float down for the 8. And barring no mistakes here. Oh, nice 3-railer there. Well, that's how it happens with these diamond tables. If you don't hit that center pocket, it's going 3 rails. But it went down. He hit it well enough to go down. Okay. Very nicely done. Brian makes this 9-ball. He will have completed our first break and run of this match. And there it is. Nice break and run from Brian. Ties up the score 2-2. We got a match, folks. So back to our sponsors. Again, like I had talked about, please support our sponsors because if you support them and you call them up and say, hey, I heard that you do this on Outer Point Streaming. For one, you'll get a gift from Mark's Graffiti. 2, it'll show them that they're trusting us to get their name out there, help them out. And they are more willing to support Outer Point Streaming in the future for the future events that we have going on. So please support them as much as you can. If you're not a subscriber of Inside Pool Magazine, hit that subscribe button for them. Also, if you're not a subscriber Outer Point Streaming, please hit that subscribe button for us and please smash up that like button on all the platforms you're watching on. 1 right in the side, and that 2-ball is coming up. If it slows down, unfortunately, that 4-ball got in the way too. If that 2-ball would have slowed down, the cue ball would have slowed down. This might have been another table run by Brian. Unfortunately, the 4-ball got in the way, and the 2-ball rolled a little far forward. He can see the ball, so he's going to make a hit. Yep, just try to play it safe, hide it down behind all those balls down there, and he did I'm looking straight down the barrel. Oleg cannot see the ball at all, so he's going to have to kick off the short rail, and he's going to get rid of the magic rack because I think he's going right over that magic rack. I would be removing that thing. He's going to go right over the edge of it. He might go a little left of it. Yep. Wow. He did go a little left of it, and hey, hit away at him. Got the 6 to go right in the side pocket with the combination. He does have a shot on the 2. But I think in the corner, well, I tell you, that's close to a scratch shot. And I think that's what he's looking at. He might come just a little high of the side pocket. Oh, he went for the side pocket. I think he was maybe a two-way shot. Maybe trying to ride the 9 at the same time. I think looking at it, he saw that taking that 2 ball in the corner might have been a pretty straight in scratch. So he decided to try the side and also ride the 9 ball at the same time. But he overcut the 2 ball. 2 ball went high of the side pocket. I think if he would have made the 2 ball, he might have been close to making the 9 as well. Because with him overcutting the 2, it overcut the 9. Brian, I think, is looking at another save here. Yep. Trying to get that ball down. And he perfect. Got it hidden right behind the 9 ball. And I think took away the two-way kick shot by the 4 here in the lower corner of your screen. So looks like he's gonna have to go off the other rail. That was very nicely done. So yeah, he's gonna have to go high of the 7 ball, come off the short rail, two rail kick. Oh yeah, it came a little short and hit the 5 ball. Well, saving grace is the 5 ball. 5 ball got tied up. So unless that 5, 7, 8 combo was lined dead, that 5 ball could be a little bit of trouble. He could play a safe on it. So come out here, make the 2, the 3, the 4, and then get in good position to maybe take the 5 ball and roll the cue ball up right on the 7. But he definitely wants to get the 5 ball maybe out towards the center of the table, though, because if he leaves it pretty close to that long rail, it'll be a pretty easy 1 kick for Oleg unless he gets the cue ball tied up right on the 7 ball. Looks like he's drawing back. Oh, unfortunately, 9 got right in his way. I think he was looking at trying to bank that ball. Either that or he was thinking about doing what I was going to say is play a safe on it, tie him right up on that 7 ball. But unfortunately, the 9 ball got right in his way, and he missed everything coming through but hit the 8 ball on the way back, and that's going to give Oleg ball in hand. And I think he might have cleared the path for that 7 ball past the 8. So that being said, Oleg can take that cue ball on the side right against the rail for the 5. Oh, he's going 5-9 combo. Maybe he's playing a two-way shot here. Take the combo and slide the cue ball back behind the 7 and use the 7 and 8 as buffers. I like this shot. I think if the 7 was clear, though, I think I would have rather just take the run out. Yep, that's what he did. Just played a two-way shot. Tried the combination. And left Brian snug up against that 7 ball. I don't think he's going to be able. Oh, okay. Actually, he might be able to. Again, I'm looking at it from the screen, seeing it from the table, it's totally different. And he got a good hit. And this is why I say that I would have taken the run out. Because even though you missed that shot and you put him right up against that, now you have the momentum is kind of back to even. Once Brian scratched, I think Oleg had the perfect opportunity to take that 5 ball on the side and run the table out. But he may still end up winning the game. But 5 ball leaks out a little bit. That was a great effort. Great effort to try to get that ball hidden. Unfortunately, I think he left an angle. I think he did leave the edge of it. Didn't leave the whole ball, but did leave the edge. So Brian could actually just skim off this 5 ball and get the cue ball back down where, he could see more than I thought. And he decides to return the favor. A very nice shot. So now it all depends on how Oleg wants to play this. If he wants to get aggressive with this or if he wants to play a safe. He could play a safe. It is touchy. Nudge the left side of the 5 ball. Bring the cue ball all the way back up table behind the 7 and 8. Like that. And get behind. Oh, he left it. I like the shot. It's exactly the shot that I was thinking about, but he unfortunately left it. I'm looking right down the barrel, and the 5 ball can be made. All he has to do is make this ball and come out just a little, I'd say about 3-4 balls off the side rail. Oh, he hit that so hard. Just makes this shot a lot tougher. If he would have just come off the side rail just a little bit. It's makeable. You say it makes it a little tough. Wow, he went all the way up table. Good shot. But now he is putting himself where he's making a couple tough shots. He could have made this a lot easier on himself, but he executed it, so good for him. And then that one overcut it. But look at this. Got away with it. Got away with it. Overcut it. I'm going to give you this look here because you see how close it is to that 8 ball. So Oleg's just going to put this ball down in the center of the table just like that. And he wanted to get the cue ball down a little further, but I think he's just fine. The key is to get that 8 ball, as close to that rail as possible to make this as tough of a shot as you possibly can. It is cuttable. He has to hit this very hard though, and make sure he skims that ball enough where or cuts it enough that as you can see here, it is off the rail a little bit. So again, like I said, it makes this shot a little easier, but not that much easier, especially under the pressure of I'm at Derby. All right, so he decided to play a safe and try to get behind the 9 ball. Oh, he just got it. Oleg can see the 8 ball, but he cannot, unless he spins it, he cannot see the 8 ball enough to make it. Very well played by Brian. So Oleg could come across the top of the 8, but he's not going to. He's going to 2-rail kick at this ball. Oh, and look at this. I thought he made it. Wow, that was going. When it came off the rail here, I was looking right down the pipe of it, and it looked like it's pretty close to going in, but it did go a little wide. And so Brian's just got to be careful what spin he puts on this. Oh, no. Well, he missed that, but I tell you what, I'm looking almost straight down this thing. It's pretty straight. He does have a slight angle. It's pretty straight, but unfortunately with that ball being on the rail, he's not going to be able to do much with this cue ball. And I wouldn't just take what the table gives you at this point. Wow, he did. He hit that really well. All right, 9 in the side for the win, and take the 5th rack down and put another one on his side. There it is. Oleg goes up 3-2. Race to 9, folks. Put your trays in the upright position. Fasten your seatbelts. And those seats, make sure they're straight up and down, and buckle in for the ride. We've got a doozy of a day for you today. Lots of matches coming your way. And then I am packing up by myself and heading home. It's been a long 8 days. And unfortunately, stress got the better of us here. It is what it is. Things will move on. All right, cut break by Oleg. 2 balls go down and a shot on the 1. Wow, great break. Take a look at the overhead here. Nothing is tied up. Everything is out in the open and has a great opening shot on this 1 ball. So all he has to do is connect the dots here. Nicely done. Just don't get behind that 6. No, he's fine. He would have liked to come down table a little bit further, but that was obviously definitely the correct shot. Now he's just got to put a good stroke on this one here. And just make sure he doesn't come back too far. These can get away from you at times. See, oof, that was close. So I think he intended to come up for that 3 ball on the side, which was a very good shot. He was flirting with the side pocket, which is something you have to be careful with. And at that point there, you almost want to put a little more bottom on it instead of right. To come straight, a little more straighter up table to make sure you miss that side pocket. But he ended up pretty perfect here. Come back around for the 6 in the same pocket. He would just like to not be on the rail. If he could have been off the rail, he could have drew that ball. I think he could still draw it back. Or just stop it right there and take the cut shot. I would try to bring this ball back a little bit. Oh, looks like he might have an angle because he's going top with this. So he might have an angle. Oh, nope. He just decided to take what the table gave him and not jack up on it, because a lot of players understand and realize that when you jack up on a shot, sometimes you put inadvertent spin on it. So he decided to take what the table gave him. And that's why that makes that shot a lot tougher. If he was off the rail and could have drawn back on that, I think he was running this table out. So now it gives Brian an opportunity to run these last 3 balls down and tie the score up here. Oh, I'm shocked at that. I really am shocked at that. I thought he would have gone around 2 or possibly 3 rails on that shot. Bring that to the short side of the 8. He decided to try to draw it back up and I think get high side on it to get to the 9 ball, but oh, look at this. Oh, I thought he made it. Oh, unfortunately, he left it pretty easy for Oleg now. And when Brian sat down over there, he's kind of put his head in his hand going, gosh, dog it all. So Oleg looks like he's just putting some inside spin on this to come straight back up. Just like that. All he did was he just put a little inside spin on that. Not too much to throw that ball and possibly miss it, just enough to get straight back up. And he did just fine at it. And there it is. All right. Well, that one got away from Brian, unfortunately for him, and that's going to give Oleg a 2-game lead, 4-2. Again, I thank you all for tuning in here to Outer Point Streaming or Inside Pool Magazine, whatever platform you're watching this on. Please smash up that like button for both Inside Pool Magazine and Outer Point Streaming. The more likes we get on our videos, the more we get recommended for folks to watch us. So we certainly appreciate all the support from all of our fans all around the world. Got some pretty cool stuff coming up here in the near future. I've got the Monica Webb's Battle of the Junior Champions coming up in March. As always, that was just a fabulous event to help support these juniors. And I will be going down there again for that event. All right, 5-ball looks like it's going. 1 ball comes up table with the cue ball. All right, Oleg's got his break working very well. Brian broke real well as well, so I think these guys have the break figured out here on this table. Oleg has an opening shot on this 1 ball. He just wants to make sure he gets down table to make this transition from the 2 to the 3 a little easier, and he did just fine. So here's the important shot. Not this one, but from the 3 to the 4 is going to be key. So this is why he wants to make sure he gets this cue ball in a perfect spot so he can get down table for the 4 ball. Now, I'm just going to mention this right now. I think that angle actually should be okay. Yeah. I was thinking it was a little too straight, but actually it's just fine. He can actually just put a little draw on this, just make sure he misses side pocket and come back over to about where his hand is right there is where I think he'd like to get to. Just like that. Hit that well, but unfortunately he hit that. Oh no. So he put his hand up and saying that he got a roll there. So he must not be hooked. Wow, he hit that. That was very risky, but he got away with it. I think he was only looking to get down, as I had mentioned, near his hand, but he wanted to be as straight as possible on this to hold for the 6. And going right down towards that corner pocket and did not scratch any. Waved his hand saying, okay, I got to roll. Played that perfectly, so he can come around 2 rails, maybe even 3. To get on the 8 ball in the same pocket. Yep, perfect. Came right above the side pocket. Didn't want to get that side pocket involved. And he is in great shape here. Stop shot right here. So he hit that pretty hard because he wanted to try to get it off the rail. So Brian helped Oleg there lift the ball up so he could take the magic rack out, which I like because you just want to make sure nothing funny happens off that magic rack. All right, there it is. Oleg takes that one down 5-2. Nice break and run by Oleg there. With a little bit of a roll, but hey, that's pool. Sometimes you get the rolls, sometimes you don't. Like almond joy. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. As we refer to ourselves here at Outer Point Streaming. Sometimes we can be a little nuts. But that's a good thing, though. So you can see Oleg's shirt there. His USA shirt on. Looks like from Omega. Is that Omega on his sleeve there? But obviously, Christina and Feder living here in the United States. Proud to be living here, and they should be. So good for them. And we got got folks that came in here looking to watch a match, or they're up here next, or looks like a pool player with his maybe mom and dad are up here. So Oleg makes one on the break. I don't know if he can see the one. Oh, yeah. I'm looking straight down the... He can see the one. And he actually has pretty good shape. Natural shape to just either come 2 rails, or if he's going to have to come 2 rails because of where he'll be jacked up over the 9 ball. But he's going to come straight over towards the end rail, so he wants to maybe put a little right spin on this to come straight out. He's jacking up on it. I don't know if I like jacking up on it, because you're going to come back towards the 2 ball. You don't need to. Yeah. I would have rather just hit that center ball and come across the table a little bit, because I think he could have come out far enough for that 2 in the side, or not in the side, in the corner, and float down for the 3. But he must have felt that the angle he had to jack up and maybe try to draw out of that a little bit. So, all right, so Brian with a blind cut shot to a blind pocket. These are very tough shots. For anybody who says that these are easy, they really are not. Oh, that's unfortunate. He hit that so good. He overcut it just a little bit, but actually it was just fine. Just fine pocket speed. But unfortunately, it came back over and scratched in the side pocket. All right. Oh, it's Acme on his shirt. Oh, he spun down too far for that. He's not going to be happy with that. Because now he's going away from the 3 ball. Now he's almost going to have to go around. Ooh, that's going to be tough, because he's going to put left spin on that. And once it gets to that top rail, it's going to... So he's going to draw out of this and try to come all the way back down table. He's got to hit this very well. See, once it hits that top rail, that's the opposite spin you need to get down there for that. So unfortunately, he wasn't able to get back down to get good shape on this 4. So I see Oleg playing a safe here. Just trying to roll the cue ball up behind the 9 or the 3, the 5. Or 8, I'm sorry. Jeez, I'm looking at this. He was right my way, so 8 or 9 or 5, but I think he actually left. He left a shot to the side pocket, which is going to be perfect for Brian. So all he's got to do is pocket this in the side. He's got to be careful. Don't hit it too hard, because he could scratch. Oh, okay. So he overcut it, which was a good shot to make sure that he did not come down by the side pocket, hit the long rail, and came out 2 rails. Ended up perfect. He just stun over for the 6 ball. Just like that. Actually used some top to come off the short rail. Very nicely done. And I thought he had less of an angle than that, but he had more of an angle. So he played the perfect shot. So he's just going to try to come back out to the center table. Center of the table. That way he doesn't, if he tries to come across table and it ends up too short, he could hook himself on the 9. So he's just going to try to come back to the center of the table. Cut the 8 in the same pocket. Just like that. He should be fine. He played it well enough where he knew he did not want to hook himself on the 9. So he left himself a shot. All he's got to do is cut this one in and make sure he gets high enough for the 8 or the 9 in this same pocket. came a little higher than he wanted to. Has a shot, but obviously it's a little higher than he would want that to be. Yeah, and that's why, unfortunately, that's why it makes that shot a lot tougher. Playing here at the Derby City Classic against a father of a professional pool player. With your nerves getting to you. And honestly, I mean, looking at Brian the way he's playing, I don't think he's that nervous right now. I think he knows he's still in this if he can just complete a couple racks, and he taps his cue like, yeah, I let that one get away from me. So that's going to give Oleg a 6-2 lead over Brian Kurzel. And as you can see throughout our screen up here, we've got our sponsors all over the facility here. Was nice enough to put skirts up that for Inside Pool Magazine and JP Shower for us to slap our logos on there. And Milwaukee Offshore Fishing Charters. His website is MilwaukeeOffshoreFishing.com. Visit them, book a charter, and get a special gift. And MIH is Maynard's logo for Colonial Life Insurance. That is his logo there in the lower left corner of your screen. And we got Oleg to break. 2 ball goes. That wing ball went flying right in that corner pocket. The 5 ball came back and kicked the 1 ball. I think you had a pretty decent shot on the 1 ball, but unfortunately the 5 ball kicked the 1 ball over, and the 5 ball in the pocket. So now Oleg, unfortunately, does not have there's no pocket for this unless he's trying in the side, but I highly doubt. I think he's just going to play a safe here. Almost hit this ball full. I don't know if he's going to try to hide the cue ball behind the 4, or if he's going to hit it on the left. So it looks like he is hitting it on the right side. Maybe try to hit it with a little full with. Oh, he tried to make the 5 ball. I like the I like the aggressiveness. And if he would have probably just put a little more draw on that, he might have actually made that 5 ball. But that 5 ball is deep in the pocket. You can see from this view here how deep it is in that pocket. Overhead gives you a little bit of. As you can see, it's past that outer point, so you have to really get into that pocket to make that 5 ball. So Brian has the 1 ball here. He's got a cut in the side, but I think he's going to run into the 3 ball. Okay, so he decided to play a safe. Yeah, he's trying to get the cue ball behind the 3, and I don't think he made it. No, he did not, unfortunately. He left the full ball for Oleg. What he decides to do with, I think he can actually make this ball in the corner by the 9. I don't know if he's going to attempt to or if he's playing a safe. No, he drilled it. Very nicely done. So the only thing here is that he's got to be careful because he's cutting it in the side. It's the only pocket available. He doesn't want to float down too far and get stuck behind the 6 or the 8. Okay, so that's why he hit that harder. Oh, he hit that a little too hard. That was definitely the shot. Hit it a little harder so in case you get down behind those, you hopefully get a kick out, and it's a pretty easy shot if you're down table with that 4 or 5 there, but Unfortunately, he went too high on this. So he's going to try to draw into this 5 and make the 5. Oh, and again, like I said, that ball is deep in the pocket. Excuse me. Very deep in the pocket. So you have to hit that pretty solid to have that ball go. Very nice shot by Brian. I think he left the 4 ball, even though it's a tough shot. I like the way he did that. It was almost a two-way shot, but he just hit a little too hard, and that cue ball snuck back up. If it would have stayed on the end rail or the side rail, that would have been an ideal shot. Very nicely done. Just a little too hard. Ooh, careful the scratch. Oh, that's unfortunate for Oleg. Now this is going to give Brian an opportunity here to get another one on the board. Oh, see, all that top creates a reverse spin once you hit that top rail. You have to hit that very smooth, or else it actually backs up on you, which that one did. You just make this ball is all you have to do. Just make it. All right, this is going to give Oleg. Is he trying to cut this ball? Oh, I guess he can. Ooh, that was close. I thought that was going to be a little tough to cut, but and the other thing he did was now he cleared that 9 out of the way for the 8 to go clean. So Brian just has to come up table just like that. 8 ball. 8 ball does not. It's so close to pass down here by the lower right-hand pocket. So I think Brian is going to try to get up maybe at the center of the table. Center of the table. Maybe a little higher. But this is a tricky shot. It's very speed dependent, and make sure you get the right spin on that. Just don't want to go up too high. No. Well, I tell you, that worked out. That worked out for him. If that 8 ball is off the rail, this is an easier shot. Oh, he's shaking his head, so it must be on the rail. See, I like what he was trying to do there, but I don't think he had the angle to get above the 8. But with that being said, he's at the table yet. And unfortunately, that's what happens when you're on the rail. Sometimes it just sneaks out on you. You got to play that shot like there's no rail there. And it's tough to do. Trust me, especially on a 9-foot table. That is tough to do. Well, this is going to give Oleg an opportunity here to go up 7-2, and it looks like he's going to do that. There it is, 7-2. Oleg ahead by 5 games now. Brian had some opportunity here, and this match would be, I think, it would almost be tied up here if there was a couple mistakes by Brian. But again, Hey, you're here at the Derby City Classic, playing the father of a professional pool player. It's your nerves can kind of get to you a little bit. Alrighty, just had a participant or a person come up and ask if this table was open, if anybody can play on it. I'm like, yeah, no, this is a match going on here. So, and we literally have a match. They're telling me that, wow, beautiful break. Oh, and the one goal. That was a beautiful break, but that one ball, the cue ball came to the other end of the table. But 3 balls down, he can see the 2 ball. He doesn't have a great shot. He can bank this back if he chooses to. And he will get shape on the 2. Or the 4, I mean. Wow, he got away with one there. Banked the ball. Unfortunately, just banked it a little short. But it did come back over on the short rail. And the 9 ball is in the way. So I don't think Brian can see an edge of it, so he's going to have to 1 rail kick this. Oh, he missed everything, unfortunately. That's going to give Oleg ball in hand. And a pretty easy table here. Take the 2 ball, come up table. Almost straight towards the 4 ball. You don't want to get too much of an angle. So he just has to be careful not to go too far and put himself behind the 7. Nope. Oh, that was close. I think he actually, I don't know if he still has it or not. Yeah, I think he does, but that's the one thing he just did not want to do is get tied up on that 7 ball, so he almost hooked himself. All right. He just could clear that ball. That was very, very close. So he's got the angle going away from down towards the 8. So I don't know what he's going to draw. Yeah, draw this with a little bit of spin to come either 3 rails or reverse spin with 2 rails. Oh, he drew out of that. Uh-oh, careful. Oh, wow. What a great shot. Played that very nice. Spun it down with draw and actually went right in between the 7 and 9 ball. So I just got to draw this because he's pretty straight. Draw it straight back up table. Very nicely done. He hit that very well. He was so straight, that's all he could really do. So just float this in. Just hit it center ball. Nothing special. Just give yourself a chance at the 9. He could hit it hard enough to come across table. But the problem is he'd be going. Okay. He put draw on that to bring across table. If he had hit that a little harder, he would actually come straight across the table there and hit a pretty easy shot on the 9. But, all right, so Brian's going to help him take the magic rack off there. He lifts it up for him while Oleg takes it out. And Oleg will have a chance at making this 9 ball to get on the hill. And there it is. That's going to put Oleg on the hill. Race to 9, 8-2 in favor of Oleg over Brian Kurzel. All right, rack number 11, just about underway here. The 2024 Derby City Classic in Elizabeth, Indiana, at Caesars, Southern Indiana. Oleg on the hill, breaking. Well, one ball was going, 4 ball was going, but nothing ended up going this time. So he left the cue ball down at the other end of the table. I don't know if Brian can see the ball. I think he can see it, but he definitely can't make it because he's got to spin that ball. So I don't know if he's just going to... Oh, he's going to push. So he's going to push over just a little bit here. And I think Oleg's giving him that back. Yep. Oleg said, yeah, you can take that one back. He's going to try to get past that 4 ball. I don't know if he's going to get past that 4 ball. Ooh, when you're coming at an angle, that's such a tight fit. I don't think he's getting past that 4. I'm looking straight down it. Yeah, I didn't see that happening, unfortunately, for Brian. It's coming on an angle like that, especially coming on an angle. Maybe if it was straight, possibly, but yeah, I didn't see him getting past that 4 ball. So the only real problem I see here is the 6 and 7 ball. Boy, I tell you what, if Oleg were to take that 1 ball and run into that 7 ball and knock that 7 ball out of there. I think he was trying for the 2-9 combo because of that 6 and 7 ball there. I think he was thinking, if I line this up, I can go with the 2-9 combo and try to end this one early. So now that he didn't, he's going to take the 2 ball in the upper right and undercut it. All right. Well, he almost lined that 6-7 combo up, but unfortunately he didn't. Or fortunately he didn't for him. So now Brian can just draw this back just a little bit. Just don't want to get over the 9 ball. Yeah, I think he drew that back. He'll still be okay. I think he wanted to draw that back that far. Because now he's got to go to the other side of the 4, which isn't a big problem, but it's just a lot more work into it. But he hit it just fine. So the only issue we see here now is once the 5 ball is made, what's he going to do with the 6? Gonna play it safe, or is he going to actually try to maybe... All right, he came down very nicely on the 5. I think a little too far. He didn't want to be that close to his work. Still makeable. But with that being said, again, after you make this 5 ball, what are you going to do with that 6 ball? I guess we're going to find out. Oh. Yeah, he's a little those shots, even on a bar box, when you're that close to your work, it becomes very tough. So I think Oleg is going to stop this, stop shot right here, and then bank the 6 ball. That's the only thing I really see with that. If he wants to get aggressive, and he's on the hill. Brian has to win 7 more games, so he may be thinking at this point, hey, I'm gonna just bank this ball and try to finish it out. Oh boy, that was so close. Oh wow, that was close. Close, but unfortunately did not fall, so Brian is going to have a chance to get another one on the board here. Pretty routine. Connect the dots here. Get that third game. Natural shape to just come back out right towards the 9-ball. Just don't go too far. Okay. Well, he went below the 9-ball and came out for the side pocket. Not a bad shot. He's just going to put a little draw on this come down table, come straight back. Hopefully he wants towards a 9-ball. All right, like that. That was very well hit. A little further than he wanted to again. But he should be just fine here. There it is. All right, it's going to give Brian one more game on the board, 8-3. Oleg's still on the hill. All right, on to rack number 12. Brian to break since he won that last game. See if he can get another one here. Times that he broke, he actually has been breaking the balls very well here. Got the 1 ball to fall. So you're going to have a shot on the 2. Oh, he might be going for that 2-9 combo here. Tell you what, I'm down 8-3. I'm going to do a 2-way shot here. Take that 2-9 combo, slide that cue ball down, because that 2 ball is going to stay right there. Maybe it might roll forward a little bit, but if you actually position that cue ball so you know it's going to get behind the 8 and block the 2, wow, that's almost lined up perfect. Like you're just making the 2 ball. But make sure you hit the speed so that cue ball comes up, hides right behind the 8 ball in case you don't make. Oh, he's going to draw out of this. I like playing a 2-way here. I know it's a pretty easy shot. No, okay, there it is. All right, that's going to give Brian another game on the board. 8-4, cut the lead in half. Oleg's still on the hill with Brian breaking them. Brian has had 1 break and run so far. Oleg has had 1 as well. We just saw that Brian had an early 9-ball there, so 1 very quick game. And he is breaking rack number 13. All right, 1 ball went high on the pocket and ended up dry breaking here. I don't think Oleg can see the 1 ball. No. So I think he's just going to push out here. He's going to push out to a shot that he might like. But hopes that Brian doesn't like and gives it back to him. So he's looking right now, where can I place this ball where I feel comfortable hitting a shot? Excuse me, he did call push. Oleg decided to push the 4-ball. Excuse me, down table. Let's see what Brian's going to decide to do here. So he tried to bank the 1-ball and hide the cue behind the 3-ball. Unfortunately, he didn't get there, and he now put the 1-ball in a position where Oleg can get shape on the 2. All he's got to do is make this ball, and the 8-ball will go. I'm surprised he's jacking up. Oh, he's over that ball. That's why. Sorry. The middle of the booth here is right by way of where he was actually stroking. All right, let's see if he's going to leave anything for Brian, and he does not. He can see the edge of the 1-ball, but he cannot make it. So I think he's going to come off the left side of that 1 and hide the cue ball behind the 6-4 or an 8 and 9. Use that big cluster of balls to. I'm not sure why he's check. Oh, he had to kick. He kicked at it. Huh. He must not have been able to see it then. So. Again, I'm looking at the overhead here, and sometimes the angles are a little off. So Oleg's going to come right across the 1-ball. Get that cue ball hidden. Very nicely done. That cue ball hidden right in that stack. Very nice shot. And Brian missed everything and then also scratched. So it was a very well placed safety by Oleg. He's going to give Oleg ball in hand, being on the hill. Just going to take off the magic rack real quick. All right. All right, made the 1-ball and got pretty good shape on the 2-ball. So he's going to put some. I thought he'd maybe put some top right spin on this to clear out. Oh, nice shot. So he went the opposite way, 2 rails. Beautiful shot. Came out just fine. So he used a little draw, not much draw, a little draw to spin back around 2 rails to come out for the 3-ball and ended up perfect. Now, I don't know if that 4-ball goes past the 7 or not. I can't tell. It must not. So he decided to come down table and played that absolutely perfect. So this is the key shot to this rack right here. If he could get below the 5 by the 6, but that is a very, very tricky shot. It has to be hit so precisely. So I think he's going to come back across table to almost where the magic, or towards the magic rack, right? Almost where his hand is there. He wants to come through that path to get to that side. So he can possibly take. Okay, well, he decided to come low. He's not happy. It was such a small window to get in. And he's not happy. He wanted to get right in that spot I was talking about, right by the 7 between the 6 and 8, but he hit it too good. So hitting it too good, now he went below the 5. And I think he is going to he's going to try to ride this 9 ball. He can use the 8 ball. He's going to try to get the cue ball back behind the 6 and possibly use the 8 ball, try to use a 6 and 8 in case he misses it. Like that, but unfortunately the 5 ball rolled out on him. So Brian is going to have an opportunity here to get into the game, but this is not an easy shot. It does not go past the 9, I don't think. So he's going to be taking this shot into a blind pocket, which are always tough shots, and he's got to be careful where this cue ball goes. Got to make sure he hit. Wow, how do you hit that one? Very nicely done, Brian. But you can't get any better than that. Now he's just gonna roll this forward, put the cue ball on the rail. He wants to be on that 7 ball. Wow. All right. So he went up, back, tried to get back above it. I would have just rolled forward on that and got straight on the 7 ball. And then it's just a stop shot. So he came up around the table, which is fine. I mean, that's... Oh, but unfortunately, that's then what happened. Oh, did he get lucky? Well, he got a roll. That's why I didn't particularly like that shot. I mean, I know he felt comfortable with it, but if you come up a little short like that, then it's a tougher shot. I would like to just roll up, but, again, we all played differently, and he felt comfortable with trying to get back up on top of it, which he thought he had perfect, and he did. He had perfect angle. He just needed to hit a little bit harder. So Oleg is going to be kicking at this ball. All he's got to, I think he's going to try to come 2 rails on it. I don't know if I hit it too hard. Oh, and he missed it. He missed the ball completely. That's going to get Brian ball in hand with 3 balls left. And that, if Brian can connect the dots here, it's going to cut the lead down to only 3 games. With Oleg still on the hill. All right, Brian broke dry, and left a nice table here for Oleg to connect the dots. All right, unfortunately, Oleg hooked himself on that first shot. So he just wanted to get he got a good hit, but now he left the table open for Brian. So Brian is going to have an opportunity here to get another rack on the board. All right, Brian missing that 2 ball. It's going to give Oleg an opportunity here. Yeah, he knows that was a big one. With Oleg on the hill, he did not want that to happen. Beautiful shot. Straight back over for the table. Got a perfect position here. Might be a little straight. He would have liked to have an angle on that to come back out for the 6 ball. But with that being said, he's still at the table. I like what he did there. He just drew straight back because he knew he didn't have the angle. Didn't want to possibly hit the 7 ball. So draw straight back. Give yourself another shot here. If you can just float this in, pocket speed, I think he can still hold it for the 7 ball. Again, the angles look a little different. Yep, absolutely perfect. Well, Brian is kind of putting his cue to the side there because after that shot, he kind of thinks it might be game over here. He did well, got it back. Brought it back pretty close, but unfortunately is going to probably just fall just a little short here. He played well, though. And come back over for the 9 in the same pocket, and this may be it, folks. So, with that being said, we have got another match coming up right after this one, so I'm not going to commentate or curse him. And down it goes. Oleg Tkach winning over Brian Kurtz, 9-4. On to our next one, folks. Make sure you're tuned in for the next one, and we are on our way out.